I mean, it's not my first time being an opponent in Boston. So, I'm just looking forward to competing with my teammates. And, hopefully we can just keep it strictly basketball. There's no belligerence or any racism going on, subtle racism and people yelling from the crowd. But even if it is, it's part of the nature of the game. And we're just going to focus on what we can control.
It's confined to the streets of Boston, Massachusetts. Okay? And if you're Kyrie Irving, here's why he's wrong. He's negating his role in the vitriol he's received and he's anticipating receiving from the Boston fans. It was Kyrie Irving 2 years ago, October 4th, if I remember correctly. Brian Scalabrine was hosting, emceeing some event to the Boston Celtic fans. It was Kyrie Irving sitting there next to Gordon Hayward, sitting next to Al Horford at the time. And Kendrick Perkins, you'll remember this, Kyrie Irving stood up before the crowd and said, I have every intention on re-signing with this team, if you'll have me. And then he got up and left. Might that not have something to do with them disliking you? I think that might have something to do with it. And so when we look at it from that perspective, you are now the enemy because you decided to depart from them, to go to another team as a free agent, to coax Kevin Durant into coming with you, because that's why Kevin Durant's in Brooklyn, because Kyrie Irving wanted to be in Brooklyn. KP knows this. Everybody covering the NBA knows that. It wasn't the other way around. KP followed Kyrie because that's their boys, and KD wanted to go where Kyrie went, and Kyrie wanted to go to Brooklyn instead of MSG. It is what it is. The point that I'm trying to make is, sure, you can make a case. There has been some things that have been spewed in Kyrie's direction. I have no doubt about it. Racially insensitive, racist even, okay? But that doesn't speak for the entire city of Boston. And more importantly, I don't care who you are. You are white, you are black. If you ain't a Boston Celtic and you about to go against the Boston Celtics, whatever they find to talk about you that they believe has the potential to get under your nerves, they will do that. Kyrie Irving knows that. Get on the court, handle your business. This was not the place or the time to bring up that when there's a history that shows, oh, they're getting at you strictly for basketball reasons.
To do everything in my life that I wanted to do that I couldn't do when I was playing ball, because I was playing ball and I would have to worry about Stephen A. Smith talking about what I was doing on ESPN during this time. You know him, the clown. The TV clown that they put makeup on, but when they put the makeup on his face, he think that it's makeup. He don't know they putting that makeup on so they could send him on set so he could go be him and go do him. So, that's what they do. They put the mask on him and then he go out there. Get out there. Go out there, Steve. Go out there and be who you are, guy.
Yeah.
You got those heating pads in your cleats?
I got a foundation dinner at the Edgewater on December 14th. To help benefit the inner city youth out in Oakland. We're trying to raise money to build a youth center. So yeah.
Edgewater Hotel?
Yeah.
Hey, Marshall, every win is big, but just can you talk about this win against Arizona?
What's going on? This is your man who did it this time. It's another episode of Oh How They Forgot. Shout out to the boy Ticket TV for multiple videos. Him and Cino been really killing it with this Kwame Brown against pretty much the world, it seems like. Hollywood and the NBA frauds. A lot of them dudes is clout chasing. But I watched a video on Ticket TV the other day where he pretty much let the world know that Kwame Brown isn't the only one who had Stephen A. in the torture chamber. There was a time where Stephon Marbury also was coming for Stephen A.'s head. And I've been reading a lot of the comments left on Ticket's page with certain Kwame Brown videos as well as Cino's, where it seems like you have a small percentage of fanboys and fangirls who love to come at Kwame Brown's basketball career will come at Stephon Marbury, but I'll do you one better. Let's bring up Kyrie Irving, who just less than 14 days ago told the world about how these fans need to keep it strictly basketball in Boston. No racial slurs and things of that nature. Stephen A. went publicly, as well as Chris Broussard, of telling Kyrie, to keep it in-house, not to mention that, why would he do that? And then suddenly we have the Trae Young incident, as well as the Donovan Mitchell, Ja Morant incident, and then Russell Westbrook. All less than a week old now. Now, I could easily say that Kyrie Irving's operating on a different level right now, where he's just feeling the heightened tension towards men of color. And ever since Kyrie Irving has been enlightened, I'm not really sure if it's on the left-hand side or the right-hand side. You brothers that in the knowledge, y'all know what I'm trying to get at. But I do believe Kyrie Irving's on the journey, as I've mentioned a couple videos ago, where I was just saying that we have to be slow to judge and be more discerning when it comes to Kyrie saying that we're kings. Because a lot of these men mention being kings and queens of that nature, and they use encrypted language and terminology, almost like masonry, where they think that we're stupid. Well, the same energy goes towards this Kwame Brown dialogue between he and all of the people that he's been coming back and forth, that being Action Jackson and Matt Barnes and Royce Watkins and Charlemagne the Fraud, all them dudes, man. But we have to be very careful. I do believe everything that Kwame's saying at this point has been pretty accurate. I side more with Kwame than I do the rest of them clowns, but who am I? I'm just a man. But I don't want y'all to forget Stephon Marbury and just recently Kyrie Irving saying, yo, we need to keep it just basketball. And then these media puppets continue to follow the footsteps of one another right into the traps of not just Kyrie Irving, but Kwame Brown and a lot of you other guys who are hip to the media. So the question needs to be asked, why does, what are the qualifications to become a news reporter? And Ticket was the one who specifically asked this question. And I said in the comment section, you have to be boule all day and you have to sell your soul. That wasn't a play on words. That is my spiritual belief and it's my opinion. Stephen A's boule, Shaq's boule, Charles Barkley in his own way is boule, but I don't want to, it's more allegedly with Charles Barkley, but both Shaq as well as Stephen A are a mega sci-fi. That's why they get their panties in a bunch when certain pundits are brought to their attention. They do roll like a gang. You know what I'm saying? That's what they are. So for a lot of you brothers who are unaware, these fraternities, preferably in the black community, we have people that put bridges in between us and the masses, and that's them. So I don't ever want y'all to forget that Kyrie Irving just mentioned this stuff. Stephon Marbury 2 to 3 years ago. Let's not forget, man. Kwame Brown is just, the biggest piece of the pie right now. But you all can do your own research, man. Stephon Marbury, Kyrie Irving. At one time, Kobe liked to play chess with these fools. But Kobe wasn't as conscious, and I shouldn't, put that on that brother because he's no longer here. He wasn't as conscious with the attack on black males as Kwame seems to be right now, as well as Kyrie. But Kobe knew what was up. To a certain extent, I believe Isaiah Lord Thomas understands. That's why he's had to check Stephen A repeatedly. Oh, how they forget. Isaiah Thomas's beef with Stephen A., which went publicly, was don't demise me as a player, but more importantly, don't deify Michael Jordan as a god. Isaiah Thomas specifically told Stephen A. to his face, he's your God, not mine. So there are a lot of brothers who take this sports thing for more than entertainment and more than a sport. You know, it is an attack on our machismo, our masculinity at times, on how we view these men for a game. So I think Kyrie Irving's walking into that gauntlet right now where he's going to face adversity from not just the fans, but he needs to understand that the daggone public might not have his back, and we know the media doesn't. So we have to be discerning on how we watch how these men are portrayed on the court. Kwame was not lying when he said that because he didn't play the game off the court, this is why he faced so much more scrutiny in the public. You know, Kwame's just a hot topic right now because he waited 20 years, and I salute that man for that. But we cannot forget of all of the other guys. Marshawn Lynch, another one. You know, it don't matter what he say, y'all gonna twist it around. So, you know, God has a way of humbling these dogs, these devils, man. You know what I mean? He has a sense of humor. And right now, Kwame is pretty much the main catalyst for getting back at these fools. But don't worry, Kwame's just one. As this society starts to fall more and more, just keep paying attention, man. Kyrie Irving, like I said, I'm not really too sure exactly where Kyrie is at spiritually, but it's not my job to always be either for him or against him spiritually. I'm just watching the way that this game plays out. And I'm not talking about the court game. The wokeism is sure enough starting to peek its head out for what it really is. A ish show. An SHIT show. That's what it was in the beginning, and that's what it's going to be in the end. Again, y'all, don't forget Marshawn Lynch. Please don't forget Isaiah Thomas. Don't forget Kyrie Irving. And obviously, you cannot forget Mama's cooking, Kwame Brown. You all continue to be great. I'll holler at y'all in a little bit. This is your man who did it. Who did